Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make milk bread rolls. Oh, by the way, this is Jinju at kimchimary.com. Okay, so this is using my milk bread recipe, but without Tangzhong, the starter, and it comes out just as fluffy. So 3/4 cup of 2% warm milk. You can also use whole milk. A 1/4 cup of room temperature water. 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, also room temperature. 1 egg. A teaspoon of sea salt. And you just want to swirl it around a little bit so the salt dissolves in the milk. And then 365 grams of unbleached bread flour. 50 grams of sugar, and we're going to add that to the mixing bowl. So I use a stand mixer for this. You can also use a bread machine. You can follow my recipe on my blog. I just added 2 tablespoons of milk powder and also 2 tablespoons of potato starch. And then I make a little well in the center and add instant yeast, a whole packet, which is about 7 grams. You don't have to if you're going to use instant yeast, but I just don't want to take any chances with my recipe, so I just want you to follow that direction. Okay, so you want to knead the dough in your stand mixer for about 12 minutes. As you saw, I started slow because the powder will spray all over the place in the beginning, but set it to about a medium high speed of about 8 out of 10, and you'll see how it becomes a very lovely stretchy dough, and you shouldn't have any of the dough sticking to the side of the bowl. So you want to shape the dough into a ball, and this bowl is, by the way, coated with a little bit of butter. So you butter the bowl first. You cover it. You prove it in the oven at 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and for about 40 minutes to 60, probably at room temperature, and it's going to double in size like that. So it's nice and fluffy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dough out of the bowl. Then I'm going to carefully handle it. But because I want to make 10 equal, hopefully similar size balls to make the rolls, so I divide the dough in half first, and then I'm going to shape it into kind of a log so that it's easier to cut them into equal size pieces. If you want to be exact, you can actually weigh your dough. I measured about 780 grams, which means each piece, if I'm going to make 10, should be about 78 grams. But you don't need to do that. If you can eyeball it, that will work great too. So here I just divided that half into 5 equal pieces, and then you basically want to roll it and make it into a ball. I like to kind of pinch the bottom because you want the top to be stretched out a little bit so that it has a smooth top. So as you're handling it, you can also roll it on the board like that, or roll it between your hands as I did the first time. And you just want to handle it a little bit and pop any of bubbles that's in there so that you get an even size dough ball. Okay, so just continue that. You gotta kind of work quickly, especially if you're working in a dry environment. So there you go. So you keep kneading a little bit and then stretching it out on top, and you want to shape it into a circular, ball, and then you continue to do that for all 10 of your dough balls. Okay, and then what you're going to do is, after you're done making all those balls, you're going to put it in. You can bake it in a cake pan, like a 9-inch cake pan, or you can bake it in a pie dish that I used here. Whatever works. The pie dish, you will kind of have the bread be bigger on top, if you want a more even piece, you can use a cake pan. Or you can even use a square, rectangular like a brownie pan too. So anyway, so here are my 10 balls. You can make them even smaller if you prefer to have smaller rolls. So now it's doubled in size after proving in the oven for about 30 minutes. Then lastly, we want to coat the top with milk or egg wash to make sure it comes out really lovely, shiny and brown. So we're going to bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. And look at that. Isn't that just glorious? It's crispy on top. And oh, that was really too hot. Yeah, be careful when it comes out. Let it cool for a good 20 minutes or so. Also, you don't want to handle this bread when it's still very warm, because if you squish it, it'll just collapse and become really doughy. So you want to wait until you can still have it warm, but just, not so hot. Okay, and here's another view of these lovely rolls, and I wanted to show you how fluffy, soft, and stretchy the insides are. Looky that. It is yummy. It is absolutely gorgeous. And you can enjoy this as just, bread rolls. You can actually make sliders with them, make sandwiches, like egg salad is great for this. And you can also have it for breakfast, like with butter and jam. And look just, it just comes off like like cotton candy. So there we go. Those that's how soft that bread is. Also, I'm going to show you as a bonus recipe what you can do with this bread. Also, it's a special popular sandwich in Korea lately. It's unbleached. So you want to cut the bread in half, and you want to put in some sweet red bean paste, tanpat, or also called anko in Japanese. I believe this originated from Japan, but it totally been become so popular in Korea right now. So you want to add a good amount of the sweet red bean paste, and then cold salted butter. So straight from the fridge, cut it and add a big slab of butter and sprinkle some good sea salt on top of the butter and enjoy it right away. It's best when the butter is really cold. And you may think that's a lot of butter, but you have to try it. It's incredible. It's amazing. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.